students, welcome to our science class. Our chapter name is Soil Erosion and Conservation. You can see this chapter in your textbook page number 81. This is our new chapter, one simple chapter. Today we are going to start this. Basically in this chapter we are going to deal with the soil itself. Before that, introducing this chapter, you just want to do one simple activity. Just take your textbook page number 81. Here you can see one box. Here you want to draw any one animal that lives in soil. Simply for fun, you just do it. Just pause the video and complete your work. I hope you completed your work. So the thing is this, we are going to study about the soil. Actually where we can see the soil, it's on the surface of our earth we can see the layer of soil. Layer of soil at the uppermost layer of earth we can see the soil. Now the question is this, what is the soil? What it includes? Actually, we can say the soil is one of the most important or valuable natural resource. We can say the soil is one of the valuable natural resource. What is the meaning of this natural resource? Natural resource means the thing that is made by the nature itself. So we can call it as the soil is one of the valuable natural resource. Valuable natural resource means it have too much value and that is very important. So we can say soil is one of the valuable natural resource. Natural resource means the resource which is made by nature itself. So that is the thing. Now the question is this, what are the things that included in soil? Here within the introduction they just simply said what includes in the soil. So actually within the soil there are different things included, and the things are like particles of small rock. Particles of small rock is there. Then dead remains of plants and animals. So within the soil, particles of small rocks are there. Then the dead remains of plants and animals are there. Then the minerals, water, some sort of water content, moisture is there, and also we can say some gases are also present in the soil. So we can say the soil is actually the together formed with the particles of small rocks, dead remains of plants, animals, minerals, water, air, like different things. We can study this in detail in the coming region. Now just want to understand that you can see this explained in the introduction of this chapter in page number 81. Now we are going to discuss how this soil is formed. That means the formation of soil. That is our next topic. Formation of soil. How the soil is formed? Do the soil is made with 2 or 3 days? No. Actually, the formation of soil is a very long-term process. That means it takes too much years to form the soil. And also, is it a very fast process? No. This is very slow process. So we can say it as slow, long and continuous process. So we can say the formation of soil is slow, long and continuous process. That means it is very slow. It is continuously happens. This formation of soil day by day it happens. And now we can see the soil because that soil formed from number of years. Millions of years took and therefore soil. So that's the first thing. Next, the question is this: how the soil is formed? Actually, how the soil is formed? The soil is formed when rocks break down into tiny pieces. That is the thing. That means large number of huge rocks are there present in our earth, and so they will break down into tiny particles. It have number of steps are there to get these tiny particles. We will study. So first of all you want to remember when the rocks break down into tiny particles, then that's how the soil is formed. So the basic thing that involves in the soil is what? The rock, break down rock. That means the tiny pieces or tiny particles of the rock is what? Soil. We can simply say it like that. Now the question is this: how it gets into tiny particles when someone is going and hitting with hammer? No, that's not like that. So actually the process is done by our nature itself. Within our nature we know the sun is there, rain is there, wind is there. So using this natural phenomenon, we can call it as natural phenomenon. The sun, rain, wind, all are done by the nature itself. So using these things, the tiny particles of or tiny pieces of rocks are getting into. So now we are going to discuss. We already said that the rocks break down into tiny pieces. That's actually soil. And now the question is how? Pieces by heating, cooling and drying. So the thing happens to break down the rocks are these by heating, by cooling and by drying. Don't think we are just putting some fire on this or we are just taking the stone into fridge, not like that. This is done by the nature itself by heating, cooling and drying with the help of sun, rain and wind. So the question is this: how the soil is formed or the formation of soil. Explain the formation of soil. The answer is this: when the rocks break down into tiny pieces by heating by cooling, we are cooling that, and drying. Who make all these things? With the help of sun, rain and wind. So that's how the soil is formed. And actually for the formation of this soil, that means the breakdown of rock using the natural phenomena, we are calling it a name and that's called weathering. So we can say when rocks break down into tiny pieces by heating, cooling and drying with the help of sun, rain and wind is called what? Weathering. So this is the answer for two questions. First is how the soil is formed or what's the formation of soil. And the next question is this: what is weathering? Weathering. So the thing is this: the process of conversion of the rock into soil with the help of the sun, rain and wind by heating, cooling and drying. The process is called, the name of that process is what? Weathering. So I hope it's clear for you. This is very important, the formation of soil. Now we are going to explain how this process happens with the help of diagram. First of all, our rock. of rock. And this is under sunlight. So we know when this rock is there, this is some sort of rock. Just assume that. So when this is under the sunlight, what happens? It starts to heat. It starts to heating, or it starts to heat by sun. So this is the first step. That means our rocks start to get heat with the help of sun. It will continuously happens with the daytime. It gets heat, and then now this rock, first thing, heat by sun. The second thing, the same rock, rain. There occurs raining. So we can say cooling by rain. Here what happens? When the rain occurs on the rock, there occurs cooling. First it occurs the heating, and then it occurs cooling. So continuously sun will come, rain will come. Sun will come, rain will come. So it repeatedly occurs heat, cool, heat, cool. What happens? Continuously this repeat and crack occurs. Some sort of crack. That means this heating and cooling will repeat and crack occurs on the rock. Again the same sun will there, rain will there. Then what happens? The water will there trapped between these cracks. Water will trap. Water trap within these cracks. And so the presence of water is there, and so they start to grow some sort of trees. Some sort of trees start to grow in these gaps, in these cracks. So the roots are there in between the cracks, and also within these cracks they have water. Within the winter, what happens? This water will convert into ice. Within the winter, water turns to ice. So when it converts to ice, there occurs high pressure. That means here it will expand. There occurs the expansion, and also with the conversion of this, again the winter will go and the sun will come, like the conversion of ice will be there, water will be there. So in the similar manner there occurs the pressure, and then that's how the rock turn into break off. We can say it as rock turn into powder. So this is how the soil is formed. First of all, our rock is get interacted with the sun and started to heating. Then the rain will come, then the rock gets cool, and then the repeated heating and cooling start to make some crack on the surface of the rock, and then water get trapped on this crack, and some sort of trees and all start to growing on here. So the roots of these trees and also the water inside this get expanded, and so somehow what happens, there occurs high pressure and all, and because of this, due to the hundreds of years or millions of years, this rock convert into soil. This is the process of formation of soil. I hope it's clear, and you can see neat diagram in your textbook, page number 81, bottom side. That is the thing I explained here using the diagram. That's about the formation of soil. In this region you want to study the definition and how it's formed, like the things you want to remember, and also make familiar with the diagram. Just observe that. That's enough. And now we are going to study the composition of soil. What is this composition of soil? That means what is included in the soil. I already just gave some introduction about this. composition of soil. What's the included within the soil? Now my question is this: do the soil is a single thing? We are saying that some sort of is it is soil. Is it is a single thing or mixture? What is the soil? Is it is a single thing or mixture? Obviously, it is actually mixture. That means the soil contains different types of particles. For that, in your textbook, they just explained one activity. You can see that activity in page number 82. Now I am going to explain that. Very simple activity. Just take one beaker of glass. Just take one glass and add some water to this. Add some water to this. And then take one handful of soil and put it into this glass. And just mix it up. And now keep it undisturbed. That means after mixing, don't disturb this. So keep it undisturbed, and after some time you can see different layers are there within this water. The different layers are this. At the bottom side we get gravel. Gravel means small stones. That is this gravel. So at the bottom side you get the layer small layer of gravel. And the second layer is this. You will get the sand. The second layer is sand. You will get the second layer as sand. And the third layer is this clay. Third layer is clay. And the fourth layer is this water. And the fifth layer is this humus. So these are the layers. There are different layers formed at the bottom. It is gravel. At the second layer, it is sand. Second layer is sand. The third layer is clay. Third layer is clay. And the fourth layer is water. And the last layer at the top is humus. So, these are the layers. In this region, you want to remember what are the different things that included in soil. So, we can say it includes gravel, sand, clay, then humus. Actually, here we took some water. Still, within generally soil, it contains some water. That means some sort of moisture is there. No. And we are adding some water and all with the soil. So, we can say water is there present. And also air is there. Minerals present. And also within the soil some sort of microorganisms are there. Microorganisms means bacteria, virus, like different types of things are included. Not possible to see with our naked eye. So we can say microorganisms. Microorganisms. And then also some living organism like earthworm, insects, etc. These all are present in our soil. So, the question, what is the composition of soil or what included in soil means the answer is this. It contains gravel, sand, clay, humus, water, air, minerals, microorganisms, earthworms, insects, etc. So, this is the thing. So, just remember these names of the things that includes in the soil. So, that's the aim of this region. So now I am going to conclude today's class. Just take your textbook, and within the textbook I am giving you a small activity. That's the thing. Just take the page number 82. Here you can see the multiple choice questions. At the top of the thing, uses also we can discuss in the next class, no problem. So the thing you can see in the multiple choice question we already discussed in our class. So you want to do this as your homework. Multiple choice question, page number 82, this green box. Just solve it. So this is all about today's class. We discussed about the soil, formation of soil, and what included in the soil. Some sort of simple things and very interesting. So you just want to read your textbook 3-4 times, and we will meet in the next class with these further topics in this chapter.